Gives your voice all over the world. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's time for another edition of the Front Page Review right here on VOP 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent and I'm sitting in for Jude Ikami Jude, who is not around at the moment but will be very, very soon. Not to worry. I know some of you miss him already, but yes, he'll be here very, very soon. At least I'm very sure that by tomorrow you will hear his voice on your airwaves. Welcome to the Front Page Review. As usual, you know what we do is we take a look at the front pages of select major Nigerian newspapers just to take a look at the headlines, and then we try to talk about them. At some point in the conversation, you can also contribute, right? So the phone lines will be open. You can send messages on WhatsApp. We definitely want to hear from you. While Voice of the People 90.3 FM. So we are here to give you a voice. I will be joined by Rufai Oseni during the course of the conversation, who will also give his perspective on some of the headlines this morning. And also, like I said, you can be a part of the conversation. So get closer to your radio set. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning out here. Some people are still in the Easter mood. So happy celebration to all who celebrate. Happy Easter to you. I hope you have used this moment, this time, as a time of sober reflection, looking inwards to realize areas you may not be doing so well, so that you can actually up your game, and so that 2025 can be a year of progress for you, like you want. Because I know that a lot of people actually want to make progress. A lot of people want to do better than they did in previous years, and 2025 is another opportunity to do better, to do greater, to do more, to go higher, to go further, and to go farther. Welcome to the Front Page Review. We'll be looking at some major Nigerian newspapers just to take a look at the headlines. Like I said, Rufai Oseni will be joining me very, very shortly. I hope you're having a good morning this morning. The weather is beautiful, I dare say. Not too hot, not too cold. Whatever it is you're doing this morning, whether you're rushing off to work, trying to get your daily bread, or you're trying to just take care of the kids this morning, or you're going to your 9 to 5 this morning, whether you're stuck in traffic, or you've not even left your house at all, or you're just chilling with a cup of coffee. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones, right, that don't have to actually go out to work, that work remotely. Whatever it is you're doing, just stay closer to your radio set, and let's take a look at some of the major Nigerian newspapers. Welcome to the Front Page Review right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We'll be starting with the Punch newspapers this morning, and on the front page of Punch newspapers, I have federal government closes Lagos Bridge for repairs April 27. Money supply hits 114 trillion naira despite CBN's tightening measures. Buhari's endorsement not needed to defeat Tinubu. That's according to Babachir. I am alive. Ebenezer Obey debunks death rumors. One always wonders, where do these rumors originate from? Who is it that just wakes up and decides to spread false news about someone? Whoever it is just has to stop it. 2026 PDP NNPP clash over call to unseat Adeleke. And also Tinubu to meet service chiefs over rising killings. UK records 22,000 Nigerian asylum seekers. That's on the front page of Punch newspaper. NNPCL sells 336 billion naira crude to Dangote, foreign refiners report. Okay, marketers decry losses as NNPC drops petrol price to 880 naira per litre. And Rivers, Fubara backers go spiritual. I didn't interfere in Alafin choice. That's according to Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State. Also on the front page of Punch newspaper, you can find this tragic story. Panic as beheaded body found in Lagos. Students' union raises funds to bury Nigerian shot in US. Police begin probe over Oborewori's advisor's death. Man kills son during fight with wife in Ogun. An Ogun Safety Agency rescues 10 trafficking victims. I would say thank you to the safety agency for making sure that these people did not actually become more of a victim than they already were. Lagos truck drivers protest sand price hike. Police arrest scavenger for stabbing late musician's grandson to death. Bauchi probes dam plant workers' death. And Lagos intensifies probe as building collapse deaths hit 7. So tragic. So tragic. Sometimes some Nigerians come up and say, oh, we don't like it because we don't get to hear good news all the time. It's quite unfortunate, and we do hope that the relevant agencies will look into that to forestall further occurrences. From Punch newspapers, I'll be looking at Daily Post newspaper this morning. Nigeria's money supply hits 114 trillion naira despite CBN's policy. Also, a major headline here: filling stations shut after Dangote refinery's petrol price drop. You can find that on the front page of Daily Post newspaper. Tinubu arrives in Abuja after visit to France. Welcome back, Mr. President. A lot of Nigerians have been calling for you to return. We hope you enjoyed your working visit. Arson attack. Osun Jusun condemns burning of Ilesha High Court 2 building. And more headlines on Daily Post newspaper this morning. Bandits impose 60 million naira levy on 12 Zamfara communities. Crisis reporter alleges. Insecurity seems to just gradually be taking over several different communities in the northern region of the country, and we hope that security agencies will actually take a look at that. Shock as Ghana's Council of State replaces Said Sinari with actress in ambassadorial list. And Trump promises to fight for Long Island town over New York's Native American logo ban. That's on the foreign scene. Also, U.S. Trump endorses 2 candidates for Arizona governor. Also on the foreign scene, war. Ukraine, U.S., France, UK delegations meet in London as peace talks continue. Quite a number of people are hoping that these peace talks will yield positive results. Haiti heading to point of no return. Total chaos, United Nations warns. And we'll be coming back to Nigeria with this headline on the front page of Daily Post newspaper. Wike is APC's mole, Rivers PDP factional chair. And in politics, Ganduje responds to Buba Galadima's criticism, calls him failed politician. And 2027 presidency, Bauchi Governor Bala Mohammed's posters flood city. All right, Ganduje inaugurates APC France chapter, drums support for Tinubu. PDP holds another crucial meeting in Abia, vows to reclaim state in 2027, and Zamfara PDP debunks claim of Governor Lawal defecting to the APC. You can find all of these stories and more on the front page of Daily Post newspaper. Let's now take a look at the Sun newspaper this morning just to look at the major headlines. Ebenezer obeyed debunks false news about his death. We're happy that he is alive and well and strong to continue to do the wonderful things that he knows how to do. Tinubu, Buhari, Kefas, Ododo, Kalu, Khan, others mourn Pope Francis. Tragically, Pope Francis died yesterday. Rising energy costs killing industries, manufacturers cry out. Tinubu returns to Nigeria today, presidency. Wasn't he yesterday? He was supposed to return, but anyway, he's in the country. Wike end body of benchers membership on merit, not courtroom theatrics. Aide replies Falana. And Pope Francis certificate reveals cause of death. You can find that story on the front page of the Sun newspaper. Plateau bandits have taken over grazing reserve and forest. Mutfwang. Vatican prepares for Pope Francis' successor selection process unveiled. And Plateau Jos resident protest killings by gunmen. You can find all those stories on the front page of the Sun newspaper this morning. Also, APC's performances propelling the opposition to join it. Bello Kogi APC chairman. 2026, Osun deserves better than Adeleke NNPP. That will be left for the people of Osun State to actually, they will be the ones to choose if they're okay with their governor or if they want somebody else to become governor in the next election cycle. You can find all of those stories on the front page of the Sun newspaper. Let's now take a look at Nation newspaper. Falana seeks trial of suspect over murder of varsity student. Rivers versus NBA, how to calm the 300 million naira storm by legal giant. Wike Falana clash over Supreme Court verdict on Rivers Assembly defection row. That's on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Greed, lust for power, cost of governor deputy feud, says ex-deputy governor. And Senate House shift resumption from April 29 by 1 week. Tinubu back in Abuja. Welcome, Mr. President. And IMF urges nations with huge debts to seek restructuring. All right. You can find all of those stories on the front page of the Nation newspapers. Atiku, playing politics with blood of innocent victims. Honor. Also, how to end ethno-religious conflict on the plateau. You can find all of these stories and more on the front page of the Nation newspaper. We'll now take a look at Vanguard newspaper. Killings. Governor says state under siege. Claim reserves forest taking over. Also, APC NAS working to ensure Nigerians in diaspora vote. That's according to Ganduje. Unity colleges boil over illegal levies, admission racketeering. We do hope that the relevant agencies will look into that. And CBN NGX Group showcased Nigeria's reform-driven growth at NASDAQ. Also, losses to gas flaring rises 16% to 9,900 in the first quarter of 2025. All right, killings. Governor says states under siege, claims reserves and forests have been taken over. It's not just about claiming. Let the relevant agencies take a look at these and ensure that insecurity does not become the order of the day as it seems to be in Nigeria. Tinubu has ended Southeast marginalization. That's according to Minister of Works Dave Umahi. Killings. U.S. urged to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. And 5 dead, 13 injured in Gombe Easter Monday auto crash. It's quite unfortunate that while some celebrate, some mourn. We do pray for the repose of the soul of the deceased. All right, insecurity, we've not got there yet. Jigar governor disagrees with Danjuma on self-defense. He's saying we are not at the stage where we can defend ourselves yet. All right. You can find all these stories and more on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. We'll now take a look at Daily Trust newspaper. 5 dead, 13 injured as truck rams into procession in Gombe. What is going on? Protest in Jos over killing. Did you know that yesterday some residents of Jos came out to protest over rising insecurity in the state? What Nigerians say about late Pope Francis. And Pope Francis, poor migrants lost a friend, says Buhari. Pope Francis died from stroke and heart failure. That is according to the Vatican. Killings. Hire mercenaries to wipe out terrorists. Ogun Monarch tells Tinubu. Hire mercenaries to wipe out terrorists. Will that work? Will that work? Zamfara crisis. Matawale denies Lawal's claim of empty treasury. Also, fire got shops, vehicles and classrooms in Kano State. You can find all of these stories and more on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper. We'll take a quick look at The Guardian and one more newspaper and then we'll go into the analysis segment. On the front page of Guardian newspaper, that Dangote's 31 billion naira food program bolsters food security in 2 years. Journalist breaks Guinness World Record with 75-hour interview marathon. SP Nigeria calls for technology, policy, supply chain optimization. All of that on the front page of Guardian newspaper. Let's take a quick look at Premium Times and then we'll go into the analysis segment right here on the front page review. Nigeria continues to command respect on the global stage. That's according to the foreign minister. That's on the front page of Premium Times newspaper. World Bank IMF meetings hold amid uncertainty over multilateralism and US-China tariff war. Al-Qaeda-linked jihadists attack military posts in Benue Republic, kills 70 soldiers. And please confirm for that in Bauchi water plant mishap. Quite unfortunate. We do hope that there will be some days where we can actually talk about, where we can look at the dailies and find good news that would actually make Nigerians happy. Thank you for staying with us right here on the front page review. It's time for us to go into the analysis segment. I will be joined by Rufai Oseni, who will be giving his own perspectives on the issues which we have looked at on the front page of select Nigerian dailies this morning. Good morning, Rufai Oseni, and thank you so much for joining us today. Let's get your perspective on some of the issues that made it to the front page of major Nigerian newspapers this morning.
I'm very thankful. It will be one of the biggest stories in the land, which is the death of Pope Holy Father Mario Bergoglio, who has gone to meet the faith, has gone to meet his fathers in heaven. Holy Father was a man of faith, was a man of perseverance, was a man of love for the love he had for humanity. He was a man that made his peace on earth with his own setbacks, either by omission or by commission. And I said that deliberately because he had a past where a lot of people disagree with him over the role he played in his native Argentina. And he tried to make peace with that. Hence his very liberal stance about things. So these were many things that he went through in his life. Finally becoming the Pope after the church needed a lot of reform. And during his emergence, the church did get a lot more members because it was seen that, the church should go back to its more conservative appeal. Cardinal Kevin Farrell, the Vatican Camerlengo, said that the Bishop of Rome returned to the home of his father and was dedicated to the service of the Lord. So, some people loved him for his humility, and also, like I said before, there were some other parts, but after the mourning, a period of proper politicking will begin. My guess is that the papacy will now go to the very conservative wing of the church. Definitely, they're going to have a vote where a couple of that. So it's a time of mourning for the world, and it's also a time of great politicking. And at a time where we need voices to stand up, only to think that it was just yesterday that the Pope did meet J.D. Vance, who was a Catholic, but they had criticized some of the way they had treated migrants and the likes, even despite the fact they had suffered pneumonia, and he went out yesterday. And I think it's now obvious that going out yesterday on Easter, greeting the brethren, fraternizing with them, was the Pope's bye-bye to the world. And Mario Bergoglio was a man of destiny, and he did give his bye-bye in a great style, like he did yesterday. And little wonder he passed on Easter Monday, which is a blessing itself. And when you also look at it, this Easter is a unique one because this is one of the first Easters you have both churches coming together to celebrate. I mean, the Orthodox Church, this is the first time that their Easter calendar coincides. So it's a very interesting one. But we can just only pray for a repose of his soul. The presidency is pushing back as regards Father Kuka's homily and Bishop Bakari. All these people have told President Tinubu the truth. You can't keep playing God. You can't keep playing God when things are not right in the country. See, if things were right, people will celebrate you. Look at Father Kuka's homily that he sends to me, for instance, that I also made public across my pages. The fact that we are celebrating Easter at a time where a lot of people are being killed. Look at Benue, for instance. So, we cannot allow this continue. And like Tunde Bakari said, at the center of the political banditry is motto-packed brand of politics nurtured by old brigade politicians. And which is the truth? Inflation is soaring high. Despite the fact that they rebase inflation has gone up again from 23 to 24.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things and makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
It gets one amber powder. What's strong kakaraka? What's in the name? Domain amber powder. Now would they use?
Domin Herbal Powder is your immune booster for general well-being. Domin Herbal Powder is organic. Just add a teaspoonful into a small cup of hot water and drink in the morning before meals and evening after meals. Domin Herbal Powder is available in all pharmacies and herbal shops in Nigeria. For bulk purchase, visit Obed Israel Enterprise Nigeria Limited, B33 Jigawa Plaza Trade Fair Market, or Rich Priest Pharmacy, 21 Afolabi Street, Tipa Garage, Egbe, Lagos. For more information, call 0704 591 7000, or for Ghana 054 31 581 95. Domin Herbal Powder is not for persons below 12 years, not for pregnant and nursing mothers. Domin Herbal Powder for your overall well-being. If symptoms persist after 5 days.
To the front page review right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. We have taken a look at some of the stories that made it to the front pages of select Nigerian newspapers this morning. You've also heard from Rufai Oseni, who gave you his own perspective on some of the issues this morning. We'll now be joined by CP Chuks, who will also be giving us his own perspective. We just want to have a short session where he will let us know what he thinks about some of the issues this morning. All right, so stay tuned. At some point in the conversation, the phone lines will be open and you can call in. Good morning, CP Chuks. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today, sir? All right, CP Chuks, can you hear me? All right, we're going to try to reach him one more time. Do stay tuned. This is the front page review right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We'll soon be taking your reactions, but in the meantime, we'll be joined by CP Chuks, who will also be giving us his own perspective on the issues, like I have said. This is still the front page review right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Good morning, CP Chuks. Hello, CP, can you hear me? Hello, CP, are you there? Can you hear me, sir? Hello? Hello, CP Chuks, can you hear me? We seem to be experiencing some, I think it's network or technical network issues actually at this moment. But yes, I'll keep trying to reach out to CP Chuks. It is important that you get his own perspective on the issues which we'll be talking about this morning. Good morning, CP. How are you doing today, sir? Thank you for joining me.
Hello.
I can hear you, CP. Can you hear me? Hello, CP. Can you hear me? Quite unfortunate. I can hardly hear CP, but then we'll keep trying. Okay, we'll keep trying so that we can hear. we can hear from him. It is very important to get different perspectives, different points of view, different opinions on the issues in news, in the issues that made it to the major headlines of Nigerian newspapers this morning. This is the front page review. My name is Chama Innocent. I'm your host. I'm sitting in for Jude Ikami Jude. CP Chuks, good morning. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you. All right, quickly, let's look at some issues this morning. Yesterday, right, someone in the presidency said that governors should be blamed for worsening insecurity in the country. It's quite unfortunate that for the past 2 weeks, insecurity is the topic that has dominated national discourse. But we need to talk about it with a view to finding a solution. If the presidency is blaming governors for rising insecurity, then what is the role of the federal government in ensuring the safety and security of Nigerians? The presidency says that governors should be blamed for escalating cases of killings across Nigeria, particularly the recent violence in Plateau, Benue, and Enugu. The presidency says that the governors are providing inadequate funding for security agencies despite receiving substantial security votes. What's your take on this?
And what you find out is that at the end of the day, not all of them, it is alleged that some of them will just bring out about a percentage of it, buy some vehicles and share to some security agencies, the military and all that, and maybe to an extent give them some paltry sum of money to those sets of security agencies for them to use in either paying allowances to personnel doing the duty or to fuel those vehicles. They are not talking of the maintenance. So you can see how the thing has degenerated. But I also believe, and strongly too, from what I'm seeing, that in some states like Lagos and even Rivers, they are very serious about this internal security. They provide not just the logistics. I think they go to the extent of making the presence of those security agencies and military being felt all over the state. And they are strategically located in certain flashpoints and black spots. And in addition to that, you see them doing intensive patrols 24 hours, making it difficult for miscreants and all these hoodlums, coming to take undue advantage against the civil populace and law-abiding citizens. So the federal government knows what they are doing. It now further behoves on the governors, if they are serious-minded, to spend more on intelligence. They should partner with the communities and the people and encourage them to at least provide them with intelligence, support them with intelligence, because that's the key on how to identify the hideouts and black spots of those criminal elements, especially inside the thick forest and bushes where they have their camps. Those places should be discovered and destroyed or degraded. That's the way forward. But it appears some of the governors are not even interested in that. They are only interested in the next election.
Also talking about the way forward, CP Chuks, President Tinubu is to meet with the service chiefs over the rising killings in the country. He's planning to meet with them to discuss all of this. If the presidency on one hand is blaming the governors, and on the other hand, the president is actually meeting the service chiefs, would you expect that he would give them certain directives to actually phase out insecurity in the country? Because while we sit here, while I could say some people sit in the comfort of their homes and talk about it, while the president and his aides and his associates and his security chiefs sit and talk about it, these attacks keep happening all over. We spoke yesterday about the advent of a new terrorist group in Kwara State. Even though security agents are saying it's not a new terrorist group, it's just a breakaway Boko Haram faction, but the fact remains that insecurity is ravaging different parts of the country. And the earlier we nip it in the bud, the better for us.
You have just said it all. That's why I said that the governors at their levels should do something more concerted, in wiping out or stemming the tide of this high level of criminality that we're experiencing this day. It's doable. And if you look at percentage ratio, the number of gangs or the criminal elements cannot match the entire population of the place. Granted that the population is incapacitated because they are not armed and they are scared, but that does not mean that their mouths are tied. Their mouths are not tied for them to see and talk. If they see, they should make sure they channel the information through the appropriate, communication vessel to the people that will utilize this information appropriately, and make sure that from one cell or one gang to the other one, they begin to do massive attack on them. No matter how good the criminals are, when there is massive force to uproot them, they don't have a choice. They will not have any hiding place. Because number one, they are like visitors in that terrain. Like if you talk of those headers are not, they don't come from Ebony. They are not from River State. The headers are neither from Bayelsa nor Delta. They only come to inhabit the forest there and dominate. I want to take over the space, destroy people's farms, set houses ablaze, to come in with terror and drive fear into the natives and the community, so that they will give away, they will just run away from their land, God-given land to them and their homes. They want to take it over. That is what I call jihad. But it will not succeed if jihad did not succeed in the 60s and the 50s before independence. Is it in the millennium, that the new millennium to the first century, that jihad will succeed? It's not possible. The people should come out and be consulted. It's not a question of service chiefs sitting with Mr. President in Africa. After they would have taken decision, the service chiefs would obviously implement the instructions of the commander-in-chief. They will get their men battle ready. They will equip them. They move them out to go and fight the crime. But who are you fighting? This is not somebody you have information on, or somebody that can frontally face you that you're going to fight. That's why, granted that you're doing patrols and positioning yourselves in pinned-down point, it's like a proactive action to prevent them from coming out or coming to do those atrocities. But it's energy sapping. As you're doing that, they are there planning evil. They will be operating inside the forest, killing people there, destroying their farmland, taking over their community, setting their houses ablaze. So we need to, partner, work hand in hand, instill confidence in the public that, look, people need to do this in any way, whether in their native language or both English and all that. That don't be too scared. Don't run into them. Try to avoid them, but come and tell us. Leave the rest for us. We know what to do. And the thing has to be a holistic approach. It's not only an approach we do by land. Because those useless miscreants are used to ambush in the bush. So if it is possible to locate them where they are, they can also use the air power. If their firing power is too heavy, because many of them have military hardware that they move across the porous border. So do they have tanks? Some of them, some are the ones they would have collected from Gaddafi the war of some years back. They must have passed them through the desert and bring them into Nigeria. If they locate those things, they shoot from the air, degrade them, set the whole thing ablaze, and clear off all the miscreants and hoodlums that masquerade themselves as terrorists. That's the way to go.
CP Chuks, some Nigerians believe that this current administration, and indeed the former APC administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari, is not serious about ending insecurity, and the only way to make sure that Nigerians have it better economically, security wise, and in every other sector is actually for the APC to make way in 2027. Now, we do know that certain people at the coalition is being championed. There's a coalition coming on that is being championed by Atiku, even though PDP governors are saying they don't want to be a part of it. Also, opposition figure Omoyele Sowore is saying he will not support any coalition that has someone like El Rufai. Meanwhile, SDP's Adewale Adebayo is saying that SDP will not be part of a coalition that is a crime center for disappointed Tinubu followers. And then you have a lot of Nigerians who are already disgruntled and apathetic towards 2027.
I don't know all these views and cries about 2027. The question they need to ask themselves first is, are they God? Who is even sure of seeing 2026? Nobody, no matter how highly placed they are in government or position they are holding. So let them solve the problem for today and forget about 2027 for now. The problem is hardship and hunger in the land. You can go to a market with basket full of naira and end up buying a pocket full of goods or one polythene bag of goods. I mean, are we going forward or we are going backward? Things are degenerating. So the focus or the effort is to provide enabler that will help people to survive. Not giving them palliative, you come and share rice and vegetable oil and tomatoes. That's not it. Secure the environment so that people can have confidence to come in and invest. And while they are investing, the thing is giving engagement and employment to people. They can earn money from there, run their families, maintain their bills, pay school fees for the children, and rent and all that. But when terror has come to stay, you can't achieve all those things. So this issue of coalition or no coalition does not make sense to me as a person and to generality of Nigeria, because they see it as their own thing. The whole thing is called out or covered under the guise of grab power, collect power from them, and be unstable by 2027. That's all. You see, that's the problem with politicians. They are not statesmen anymore. In the time of our Awolowo, Zik, and so on and so forth, they were thinking of the next generation. How do we do agrarian revolution? How do we touch tertiary institutions and make them standard, provide sufficient? How do we create employment for people? How do we create skill acquisition centers for those who are interested technically to sustain themselves and so on and so forth? But this is only how I will win an election, enter there and be moving in convoy of vehicles and sustain it. That is why some people will be governors. After that, they'll go to Senate, become senators. After that, they'll come and become a minister. After that, they'll run back again to Senate. I mean, all these things are vanity upon vanity. The day the man closes his eyes, all those wealth, the way the children will even, the spouse and the family members will be going to court and doing suits and counter suits. And the way they will squander all those stolen roots and riches. Well, I mean, when there are some families, I don't want to begin to call them today. Nobody knows that such people ever existed. It's only when they see their photos that they go, yeah, this man used to be multi-millionaire when we are hearing of those days. Today, what happened? Their children, grandchildren, offspring, and all that. I mean, if they're cross, nobody knows them. They don't even know that they exist. So whatever is happening is ephemeral. It is transient. So people should first and foremost fear God and do the right thing. And think of humanity. You can't be living in opulence at the expense of the members of the public. You convert their wealth to your personal aggrandizement and living large. And they're not interested whether they have the next meal on their table. They're not interested on whether they have a conducive atmosphere where they can walk around, do their work without fear or favor. You know, I think we need to do a lot in that direction. I'm talking of coalition, how you will win the thing in 27 and all that. You are not even thinking thinking of how to fix the economy and come up with suggestions and solutions on how we'll get things better so that people can eat. That is the direction I think they should keep in and forget the election. They still have time to do their campaign, reorganize themselves in 2027. Are they trying to tell the public that they are all fools? Unless they are trying to tell them that their votes will not count, that maybe by that time they'll go and write anything they want and announce and tell you to go to court. That's the way I see it.
Thank you so much, CP Chuks, for your analysis this morning on the Front Page Review. We do appreciate you and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
And you too. Thank you for accommodating and tolerating me.
Thank you so much. Do have an amazing day. You're still tuned into the Front Page Review right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Right now, we'll take a short break, and when we return, you can be a part of the conversation. You can actually call in, send your messages on WhatsApp. We're streaming live on YouTube. You can leave a comment on YouTube as well. We do appreciate you. Of course, you know that we do, but it's time for us to take a very short break. And when we return, Front Page Review right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM continues. My name is Chioma Innocent. Please stay close to your radio set. Don't touch that dial. And tell a friend to tell a friend, if you haven't already, to come closer. We are having important conversations right here on the Front Page Review. Let's take a short break and we'll be back.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Light Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
When long throat don't make you chop as belleful, waka quick back to nature like our old mama and papa demo. Now the bitter way their food bitter, they wake up mouth and stomach to begin work on top the food to waka seredi werere.
Yo bitters they clean body inside out. If body no get dirty, the immune system go work well. Yo bitters they buy waist pain, constipation, and it gets correct vitamins them to make body they gym. Yo bitters.
E no get alcohol. Na Ablat Nigeria Limited maker. Yo Organics 9 the distributor. We there for Facebook and Instagram at Yo Bitters NG. Yo Bitters.
It be pangba medicine for the family.
From the views on the street,
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lawn.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things and makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Get one amber powder, what's strong kakaraka? What's in the name? Domain amber powder. I would use.
Domin Herbal Powder is your immune booster for general well-being. Domin Herbal Powder is organic. Just add a teaspoonful into a small cup of hot water and drink in the morning before meals and evening after meals. Domin Herbal Powder is available in all pharmacies and herbal shops in Nigeria. For bulk purchase, visit Obed Israel Enterprise Nigeria Limited, B33 Jigawa Plaza Trade Fair Market, or Rich Priest Pharmacy, 21 Afolabi Street, Tipa Garage, Egbe, Lagos. For more information, call 0704 591 7000 or for Ghana 054 31 581 95. Domin Herbal Powder is not for persons below 12 years, not for pregnant and nursing mothers. Domin Herbal Powder for your overall well-being. If symptoms persist after 5 days.
Welcome back. This is still the front page review right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. I'm sitting in for Jude Ikami Jude. We've taken a look at the front pages of select Nigerian dailies today. We've also heard from Rufai Oseni and CP Chuks. Now it's time for us to hear from you for the next 15 minutes. We'll be taking your call. Every caller has 60 seconds. 60 seconds, no more, no less. Okay, I know we have a lot to say, but let's just keep it down to 1 minute so we can take as many calls as possible. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. You can send your messages on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338. 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. We're streaming live on YouTube, VOP 903 FM. You can leave your comment on YouTube and I'll take them before the end of the program. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Call me up. I want to hear from you. Hello there. Welcome to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. How you doing? Good morning. What's your name and location, please?
This is Mr. Chinedu calling you from Ojo.
Thank you so much for your call. Go ahead.
So the way the presidency said that Nigerian problem, the insecurity, is the hand of the governors, is a lie. What I want to say there is that is the Nigerian presidency that tied the hand of the governors. They did not give the governors chance to fight the insecurity in their states. When the people come out to challenge the insecurity, they will ask those people to drop whatever they have, they drop their guns, to drop the weapons they have. But they allow the people that come to attack them with the guns and whatever they have. You understand? So what I believe there is that is the Nigerian government that hold the governors. If the government give the governors the chance, the governors can fight the insecurity in every of their states. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your call and thank you for keeping it brief and concise. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Call the number to be a part of the conversation right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Hello.
Hello, Chairman, and good morning.
Good morning. How you doing? What's your name and location, please?
I'm doing good, and my name is Monte from Shomolu.
Thank you for your call. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate that today, this man, his name is this Tinubu's whatever spokesperson that they call Buada, that said that yesterday that is in the hand of the governor. It's very unfortunate that when Shetima was the governor of Borno State, and this Buada is also from Borno State, and they were there when the Boko Haram came and abducted the Chibok girls. That time, they were telling us that it is Jonathan, the president, that all the power to fight insurgency is in the hand of Jonathan, that the governors should not be blamed, that the governors, you see hypocrisy, you see lying people, that today he's saying that it's the governor. I don't blame them, because we have a country where the commander-in-chief is not commanding anything. And look at what Shetima said, calling another person a failed politician, when Shetima himself is the one that failed. He failed the parents of the Chibok girls. He failed the students, the Chibok girls. He failed them when he was the governor. He allowed terrorists to carry these girls. 11 years now, Chibok girls are in the forest. And Shetima is the vice president, the vice commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He cannot rescue the Chibok girls. So Shetima is the first president. And finally, Babachi Alawad is telling us that they don't need the approval of Buhari to defeat Tinubu. Tinubu has already defeated himself. APC has already been defeated. With all these obnoxious policies, killer policies, Nigerians that are dying, Nigerians that are suffering. Tinubu said if he doesn't give 24 hours electricity, he should not be voted for in the second term. So he has said he has voted himself out. Nigerian will just help him to ease him out. Very unfortunate. The ideology Pope. Oh, Pope is this, Pope is that. When they die, how would people say about them? What would people say about them? Tinubu and Buhari. Oh, you presided over a country that your citizens were killed. Is that what would be said about them? You presided over a very corrupt nation, very corrupt policy. Is that what people would say about them? And finally, you presided over a country that has become the poverty capital of the world and the most terrorized country in the world. I think that would be what we would say about Buhari and Tinubu. Bob has gone to rest with his father.
Thank you for your call.
They will go to when they die. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you for your call. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. It was actually the APC national chairman Abdullahi Ganduje who was hitting back at Buba Galadima of the NNPP, calling him a failed politician with no base. This is the front page review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This is the segment where we actually get to hear from you, and this is Voice of the People, of course. So we want to hear from you. Your voice is very important. 0803-692-9933. On YouTube, Anthony Obiora says, good morning to you, Chema Innocent. Good morning, Anthony Obiora, and thank you for watching. Nobleman says, can someone tell me one good news out of Nigeria today? The most prayerful country in the world. What a shame. Okay. Fulani is the problem. Nothing good can come out. That's from RG Daniel. Buhari did a lot of evil in Nigeria. Ray Pa says, the good news of the day is Dadiwa is back in town. Stella Winners, yes, Udoka Peace, good morning. Itoro Ekbo says, Naija Wahala. We'll keep trying our best to come out of the Wahala. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. I want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Call me up. It's the front page review on the number one station that gives you a voice. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. I want to hear from you, a Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You can also send a message on WhatsApp, 0817-175-6338. 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. You can either send a message or call me on WhatsApp, and I'll definitely take your call. Hello, good morning. How are you doing today? What's your name and location? Hello?
Hello, I'm hearing you, Choma.
What's your name, please?
My name is Chika. I'm calling from Alagbatu.
Welcome to the conversation. Thank you for calling. Go ahead, please.
So what Bola is saying is ridiculous. It's just like what happened. People use this insecurity to campaign against Jonathan. Have you forgotten? So they are playing politics with human life. Tinubu itself use this insecurity is what he used to go to the whole university in Nigeria, tertiary institutions, to campaign against Jonathan. Has he forgotten? So Tinubu is a failure. It's APC is a failure, to be precise. Tell you the truth. Insecurity in Nigeria is what they use. To the extent, a boy of 13 years old, he said he hanged in an airplane, getting to Lagos. He said, oh, I know I'm now in Lagos. I think here is America. All these people, they are joking. Already, Tinubu cannot do anything concerning security. It's more than him. So
but he's meeting with the service chiefs and he's expected to give directives to them.
You see, the directives he gave to them, forget all about it, is what he used to campaign and get good luck. When he was telling him that he's a fisherman. I'm unable to get market. What are you telling me? It's what he used. Tinubu is just an ordinary politician. He cannot do anything there. Believe me. So what we are waiting for, he's working for 2027 that he cannot achieve. I'm saying it's the fact. Let people remember, we are still forgetful in Nigeria. He uses it to campaign and get good luck. So he cannot be able to achieve anything. Automatically, it's a failure. Good morning.
Thank you so much for your call. Do appreciate you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, 0803-692-9933, 0803-692-9933. You can call the number to be a part of this conversation. That's you can call me directly or send a message on WhatsApp, 0817-175-6338. 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. You can either call or send a message on WhatsApp, and of course we'll take it before the end of the program. We're streaming live on YouTube, VOP 903 FM, VOP 903 FM on YouTube. So head on over to YouTube and type that into your search bar, VOP 903 FM, and you can be a part of the conversation. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Voice of the People.
Good morning, my sister.
What's your name and location, please? Hello?
Hello. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, my name is Mike. I'm calling from Sono, area of Lagos.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, one thing I've got to understand concerning this country is that we not take it all. And besides, the issue of when somebody imagines the thing, he continues to inject his kinsmen into the system, undermining the capability of performance is so sad. We cannot make a headway. Because I've got to understand in this country that as far as they be my person, anything where you do is good. Even though you see say the way the person they do is no good, you will accept it in good faith. Thereby punishing the majority of Nigerians. It doesn't tell you of a good leader. No, the authorities I cannot say, because if I say it, it shun me. But let me hold it onto myself. But what I'm trying to say in effect is this. Until we get a leader that is people's mandate, Nigeria have not gotten a leader that is people's mandate. Until the idea continues to give us somebody that is people's mandate, we shall make no headway. That's my solution. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you so much for your call. I do appreciate you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You can send a message on WhatsApp or call me on WhatsApp, 0817-175-6338, 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. We have just a very, 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 very short while spent together, so please call me up. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Please go right ahead.
Very, very sorry country. People like Tinubu and Co are leading Nigeria. It's unfortunate. Yeah, there are so many boys. They decided to create all this work and lead Nigeria. Whatever we see is what we get. But people allow that to happen. Aside from the time of Batanjo, all those cards have been in the government. They are just today. People say, there are some kind of fighter in that way. Don't because we help us to figure out. That's what I want to say. People cannot deliver anything. It's just that for we just prepare and enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. We'll take one more call and then we have to go. Good morning. Welcome to the Front Page Review.
Good morning, Chioma.
How are you doing today, Mr. Remy? Where are you calling from?
I am not bad, my sister. See, we know the problem. We know those who cause the problem. What are you doing about it? You, that you are at home, wherever you are. What are you doing about it? Look at the latest move. Oh, let's blame the governor. What power do the governor have? Is it not in this country that there was a story in Lagos a few years ago where Sanwo-Olu was asking a police to do something and the police said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've not received order from above." This is the Nigeria we live in. People die. It is the government, federal government, that make policy on security, on money, economic policy. So the responsibility is Tinubu's, is not governors. So don't allow them to deceive you. But the point we are right now in Nigeria is this. You have two options. You defend yourself and leave, or depend on the government and die. That's exactly what the people of North Central are doing. It's not as if the solution is not there. Can Tinubu just be bold enough and be confident enough to do what he needs to do? Because if he wants the killing to stop today, it will happen. but he's scared of losing votes. That's why he's not going to make a move. Thank you.
Thank you for your call, Mr. Remy. That's all we can take right now on the front page review. I'll be back later to take all of your messages on WhatsApp. I do apologize because of our time. We really have to go. I have to make way for Ogendigbo. We also need to go pay some bills. All right. So thank you for staying with me all the way from 7 a.m. up until now. I do appreciate you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Without you, there is no us. We try to make sure that we give you a voice. Try to make sure that your voice is heard. Okay, I can see all of your messages on WhatsApp. Elder General Isheri Oshun says the president should come out and address the nation. The government needs emergency attention. Federal government should empower local vigilante to sanitize the bush polluted by terrorists. May the soul of the Pope and the souls of faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace. Thank you so much, Elder General from Isheri Oshun. I'll be back to take the rest of your messages and also to continue the conversation by 10:30 a.m. My name is Chioma Innocent. Thank you so much for riding with me. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for your calls. Thank you for your messages. You're the reason we are here. We want to make sure that you have a voice and your voice is heard. It's not just about coming here to tell you what it is that the government is doing. We need you to also speak and let the government hear what you think about what they're doing. Time for me to go. I'll be back shortly. Do have an amazing day and do something nice for yourself this morning.